worried about when they pull out, and he pulled out very, very sore, and obviously then when the lads x-rayed him, his sesamide was completely after coming apart, you know. So listen, it's incredible that he ran the race he did, really, like with that, you know. So listen, it's like we're very sorry to lose him, because he was a very unusual horse, that he stayed very well but quickened very well. So listen, it's just one of those things. So you know, so it's just a pity.
And looking back at the race yesterday, does what you know now maybe reconcile itself with the way he performed in the race, and that he didn't finish off the way he had?
Yeah, no, listen, absolutely. Listen, Gary, listen, it was an incredible run, really, the way he ran, you know. So listen, you couldn't, like, it was really incredible that he ran the race he did, really, with the injury, because at the minute John and William saw it, I think William x-rayed him, and when John saw it, like, there was absolutely no chance that he would ever race again. And I think John was talking that he might get Gerard to have to put a pin in it on Monday or something, you know. So it's listen, obviously, looking back on it, was an unbelievable run, Gary.
And hugely frustrating as well, after the massive improvement he showed at Epsom, that he's not going to be able to carry that on, I guess.
No, listen, I was just speaking to JP on the way home last night, and we were just saying, like he was a perfect horse to have a midsummer break, and then give him a prep for the Arc. So that's the type of horse we thought that he was going to be. But listen, that's the way.
Yeah. And the other horses, Aidan Capri and the rest of the team, are they okay today?
Yeah, no, very happy. Very happy with them all. All the others pulled out perfect. Like, obviously the lads will speak amongst themselves what they want to do, but I would imagine he might have a midsummer break and come back for an autumn campaign as well, you know. But all seem fine other than that.
That was Aidan explaining to Gary why they had to retire Wings of Eagles after running in that Irish Derby on Saturday. Close up third behind stable companion Capri, who won the big race. Now, further news, the latest on Minding, and sad news also about Somehow.
She was penciled in to start back driving on Monday, and when John re-exited her, he wasn't happy to do that, so he wanted to leave her another month. So we leave her another month, and but like, if we go another month, Gary, we could run out of time. I'm not sure, but like when John said to wait, we just have to wait, you know. So and just wait and see then, really.
Aidan, just the other sour note, I suppose, over the weekend, the news about Somehow, very good filly and a big loss to the yard.
Yeah, listen, it's very hard when those things happen, and listen, it was just a fracture hind cannon that it was just too bad to fix, you know. So there was no choice with her. But listen, she's a big loss. She was a great filly, and listen, it's just very sad when those things happen.
Yeah, very unfortunate what happened to Somehow. Sadly, had to be put down. But looks like Minding's return to the track is definitely on hold for now. Minding, of course, who won the Horse of the Year at the Cartier Racing Awards in 2016. The racing on the track resumed with the Pretty Polly Stakes yesterday. Here's what happened in the big one. And we were set fair once again with a quality field lining up. Ryan Moore had already been amongst the winners. He was on board, one of the fancy runners. Craig's Pipes lining up for Andrew Slattery as well. Neswa for Roger Varian, and Andrea Atzeni about to go in. Here's what happened.
As they swing in now, with 3 furlongs to go in the Pretty Polly Stakes, and Craig's Pipes at a reduced advantage now leads them towards the 2, followed by Zakova. Turret Rocks is next on their outside of Smart Call, and then intricately with Neswa. Laganor is next, and then Journey. Now Zakova gets to the front, followed in second place by Neswa. Coming there in the centre on the near side is Smart Call with Turret Rocks. In the centre now Neswa, and Andrea Atzeni hits the front. Turret Rocks, Rain Goddess putting in a late bid with Zakova and Laganor, but up towards the finish it's Neswa who's going to score for Andrea Atzeni and Roger Varian.
She was very impressive, yeah. You know, she travelled beautifully. She's a little bit slow into a stride. When I took the blind off, she stood there for a couple of strides, and you know, she travelled beautifully into the race, and she picked up really well, and she did it fantastically. You know, she picked up like a nice filly.
She's trained really well over the last week or so, and the ground just dried in her favour. We've always thought her to be very good, and I'm really delighted for Sheikh Ahmed.
She was so strong at the finish as well, wasn't she? A mile and a quarter, a mile and a half. You've got plenty of options now, haven't you?
I think she'd stay a mile and a half, but you know, there's so many nice options at the mile and a quarter. She wouldn't necessarily have to go up and trip. We might stick where we are for now.
And it's been such a light campaign up to now, Roger, I suppose by accident more so than by design with missing that Newmarket race. Have you got races in mind, a programme kind of mapped out?
Well, as I said, she's in the Beverly D at Arlington and she's in the Nassau Stakes at Goodwood, and she wouldn't do both. I thought we'd see how we ran today before deciding where to go, and obviously we get her home, make sure she's 100%, and I'll speak with connections, but possibly she's won well enough to have a crack at the Goodwood race.
In Ascot now she ran a really big race with top weight. It was a big performance over, and today we stepped up to a mile and a quarter, so we weren't sure, but Ryan put her asleep. He gave her a lovely ride and finished well. So listen, there's plenty of hope for her as well, that she could, like, a mile and a quarter should be okay for her.
Yeah, they're talking about Rain Goddess, the runner-up, but it was a big win, wasn't it, for Neswar, and Roger Varian say the Nassau Stakes could be on her agenda next at Glorious Goodwood, and which is coming up in just a few weeks' time. The other big race on the card was the Group 2 Coma Group International Curragh Cup. Wicklow Brave was sent off, the 11-to-8 favourite for Willie Mullins.
A break then to Belgravia, Forgotten Rules. Elidor is next, and then Stellar Mass as they race on now. Furlong and a half to go, and Wicklow Brave comes there on the near side to head Wisconsin. A break of a few lengths then to Elidor and Stellar Mass trying to make ground from the back. Wicklow Brave is the leader now inside the last 200, followed by Belgravia. Rekindling putting in a storming late bid now and closing as they go up towards the finish. Rekindling with a storming run is going to get up and catch Wicklow Brave. Rekindling and Wayne Lorton for Joseph O'Brien beat Wicklow Brave.
We got trapped a little bit wide, but he really didn't feel like he handled the track. He got very unbalanced with me and he was pitching. So, look, we were happy enough that it was the track that caused his last underperformance.
Extra couple of furlongs today. Was it the plan to arrive as late as you possibly could, or was that just the way it worked out?
Well, just myself and Joseph talking, and you know, in Leopardstown when we won, I didn't get much of a run down the fence, and when I got it late, he quickened really well. So we said, you know, with the older horses going that trip, we might take our time and maybe come through him rather than come around him. So when I started to weave him, he quickened and showed a good turn of foot.
Big sprint handicap on the card took place at 2:45. It was the Tote Rockingham handicap, a premier handicap over the 5 furlongs. And Paul Midgley's Naggers was sent off the favourite.
Naggers is towards the near side with Yulong Bayobi. Also Patawana is right in the firing line with Majestic Hero and Spirit Quartz in the centre of the track. And on the outside, Go-Kart trying to get into it. Titnus just the leader from Patrick and Spirit Quartz and Akalia. Then comes Patawana. Go-Kart putting in a big run over on the far side as they run up towards the finish. In the centre, Titnus and Patrick, and right onto the near side hit the bid.
He's been a great horse for me. Anytime I ever get the leg up on him, he's always in the money. So.
Blinkers on today. How much of a difference did that make? And maybe the draw as well, because it's not often a good draw here, but it was today, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, the draw is a big help to him because he likes being up there anyway, and he does his own thing, so it didn't kind of matter. Probably in his being over there by himself, it suited him rather than being swallowed up a bit. Dennis put the blinkers on because today being 5 and he thought they were going to rattle and just to sharpen him up a little bit. But yeah, Dennis did a great job on him.
He certainly did, and a couple of late challenges down the near side. I doubt you even saw them, did you? You were probably just rowing away.
I was rowing away and I could see Lee in the corner of my eye on the stand side coming at me, but just to be fair to my lad, he kept sticking his head out and kept, do you know what I mean?
I actually thought you'd been beat first time I watched it live. Did you think you'd held on?
I thought it was tight, but I still was fairly confident I won, you know what I mean? So he's a pleasure to ride. You couldn't get a horse more honest than him. He keeps sticking his head out for you.
They're off. As they break away, Titnus is well up with the speed, and also Elysian Flower with the long side. Akalia showing good speed, and these are being followed by Soars. Idyllic Acrylic is right up with the leaders. Yulong Bayobi and Ostatnia over towards the near side. So they're racing now towards the end of the first furlong, and Akalia showing the speed in the centre of the track with alongside Idyllic Acrylic just up behind them. On the far side is Titnus, being tracked by Patrick. Naggers is towards the near side with Yulong Bayobi. Also Patawana is right in the firing line with Majestic Hero and Spirit Quartz in the centre of the track. And on the outside, Go-Kart trying to get into it. Titnus just the leader from Patrick and Spirit Quartz and Akalia. Then comes Patawana. Go-Kart putting in a big run over on the far side as they run up towards the finish. In the centre, Titnus and Patrick, and right onto the near side hit the bid. Wait for the judge to split all placings for the Tote Rockingham Handicap. They're off. As they break away, Shamreen in the centre, Success Days on the inside, Johannes Vermeer in the centre, Moonlight Magic on the outside. They're followed by the Grey Gatsby and Air Pilot. Shamreen now restrained as Success Days now goes on the inside. Just picking it up from in second place, Moonlight Magic. Johannes Vermeer is third and the Grey Gatsby four, followed by Shamreen in company with Air Pilot. So they make their way on, taking them up towards the mile pole with Success Days going along in front for Shane Foley to Moonlight Magic, Kevin Manning, Johannes Vermeer, Ryan Moore in third. They're being followed by the Grey Gatsby and Pat Smullen with Shamreen and Lee Roach on the inside of Air Pilot and Colin Keane as the six runners begin the climb, taking them up towards the top of the track. In front, Success Days, Moonlight Magic on the outside, followed by Johannes Vermeer. In fourth place is the Grey Gatsby, and they're followed by Shamreen and Air Pilot. Beginning now to make the descent that will take them on the approach for the straight. Success Days a two-length leader to Moonlight Magic. Johannes Vermeer is third on the inside of the Grey Gatsby, and they're followed by Air Pilot and Shamreen. Continuing on their way now to race downhill for the turn for home in the Finlay Volvo International Stakes. Little change in the outset. Success Days continues to lead Moonlight Magic. Johannes Vermeer is third, and fourth is the Grey Gatsby, Shamreen and Air Pilot. Just about now to come to the bend to swing into the straight. Success Days in front of Moonlight Magic, the Grey Gatsby improving on the outside of Johannes Vermeer, Air Pilot and Shamreen next as they race now just outside the 2 mark. Success Days against the rail, Moonlight Magic, the Grey Gatsby on the outside, Johannes Vermeer towards the inner, couple of lengths to Air Pilot, racing down now towards the final furlong, and Success Days with Johannes Vermeer now coming to challenge in the centre. Moonlight Magic, the Grey Gatsby and Air Pilot, Johannes Vermeer and Success Days, who's battling back on the inside, going up towards the finish. Johannes Vermeer and Ryan Moore will win it. Success Days second, third, Moonlight Magic, the Grey Gatsby and Air Pilot, clear of Shamreen. Set, and they're off, and Drumbeg Dream jumped away smartly over on the far side, being followed in the centre by Butterscotch, who's moved alongside. In between them is Sometimes a Diamond, and these are being followed by Clemmy. Just behind Clemmy is Mamba Noir. Then comes Gaster with Fielder September, and the back marker in the early stages is Too Familiar. So they're coming up the centre of the track as Butterscotch and Shamie Heffernan show the way to Sometimes a Diamond, Ronan Whelan. Clemmy and Ryan Moore next, just ahead of Gaster and Kevin Manning. After them is Mamba Noir with, on the near side, Too Familiar, Drumbeg Dream and Fielder September. Racing on now past the halfway stage and just than 2.5 to go. It's Butterscotch in the lead from Clemmy and Gastas. Then comes Sometimes a Diamond. After them is Mamba Noir, Butterscotch and Clemmy. Two stable companions in front of Mamba Noir. They're followed by Gasta as they race down now towards the final furlong. And it's Clemmy now who's surging to the front from Butterscotch, and back in third is Mamba Noir and Too Familiar, and up towards the finish it's another one for Ryan Moore and Aidan O'Brien. It's a 1-2 with Clemmy beating Butterscotch, Mamba Noir and Too Familiar. They're off. As they break away, and Craig's Pipes familiarly goes straight to the front, being followed in second place by Zukova, who's towards the inside. Closely followed then by Smart Call, who's showing up in third. Turret Rocks is fourth on the outside of Laganor and towards the inside intricately. Nuzwa is just behind them with Journey, Santa Monica, Rain Goddess and Pocketful of Dreams as they continue on their way now towards the mile mark. And Craig's Pipes and Declan McDonough have opened up a clear advantage, taking them right up the far side towards the 7. Out in front of Zakova, who's on the inside of Smart Call, and they're followed by Intricately on the inside of Turret Rocks, followed by Laganor. And just behind them towards the inside is Nezwa. As they begin the climb now to take them up towards the top of the track, and Craig's Pipes is a long way clear now of Zakova in second. Smart Call is third, Intricately 4 and Turret Rocks 5. Laganor is next with Nezwa, and then comes Journey. A couple of lengths further back to Rain Goddess, Santa Monica and Pocketful of Dreams. Beginning to make the descent now down for the turn into the straight, and Craig's Pipes is way out in front of Zakova, who's followed by Smart Call, Turret Rocks Intricately. Laganor is next with Nezwa on the inside of Journey, Rain Goddess, Santa Monica and Pocketful of Dreams. As they swing in now with 3 furlongs to go in the Pretty Polly Stakes, and Craig's Pipes at a reduced advantage now leads them towards the 2, followed by Zakova. Turret Rocks is next on their outside of Smart Call, and then Intricately with Nezwa. Laganor is next, and then Journey. Now Zakova gets to the front, followed in second place by Nezwa. Coming there in the centre on the near side is Smart Call with Turret Rocks. In the centre now Nezwa, and Andrea Azzini hits the front. Turret Rocks, Rain Goddess putting in a late bid with Zakova and Laganor, but up towards the finish it's Nezwa who's going to score for Andrea Azzini, and Roger Veri and Rain Goddess. Turret Rocks followed in by Zakova, Laganor and Intricately. Look set for the Comer Group International Curragh Cup, and they're off and running to a very level break. And on the inside, the first to show is Wisconsin, being followed up in second place by Wicklow Brave, and then on the inside, Belgravia ahead of Forgotten Rules. They're being followed by Rekindling, who's racing just ahead of Elidor. The back marker in the early stages is Stella Mas as they settle down now and begin to race just up towards the Derby start. In front is Wisconsin and Shamie Heffernan. In second place, Wicklow Brave, Declan McDonough, being followed by Belgravia, Ryan Moore in third. Couple of lengths to Forgotten Rules and Pat Smullen. Rekindling and Wayne Lorden next, just ahead of Elidor and Ronan Whelan. Settled in Stellar Mass, Kevin Manning. Right across from the stands, and little change in the order. Wisconsin bowling along in front of Wicklow Brave. A couple of lengths to Belgravia, Forgotten Rules, followed on the inside by Rekindling, and then Elidor on the outside of Stellar Mass. making their way on up now past the 10 furlong point, and still Wisconsin showing less than a length in front of Wicklow Brave, just over 2 lengths then to Belgravia and Forgotten Rules. Rekindling is 5th ahead of Elidor, and the back marker of the 7-runner field is Stellar Mass, but just a little over 6 lengths cover them. They're making their way towards the mile mark. Wisconsin in front of Wicklow Brave. Belgravia is 3rd and Forgotten Rules is 4th. 5th comes Rekindling ahead of Elidor, and Stellar Mass remains the back marker, passing the 7 and beginning to make the climb up towards the top of the hill. On the inside, Wisconsin, Shemi Heffernan leading Wicklow Brave and Declan McDonough. In 3rd place comes Belgravia Ryan Moore. Forgotten Rules is racing 4th, Pat Smullen. Rekindling and Wayne Lorton ahead of Elidor, Ronan Whelan and Stellar Mass, Kevin Manning the back marker. Beginning to make the downhill run for the straight now, and in front Wisconsin, tracked all the while by Wicklow Brave. Belgravia with Forgotten Rules trying to improve on the outside. On the inside, Rekindling alongside Elidor, and Stellar Mass still remains the back marker. Coming on now to approach the turn into the straight in the Comer Group International Curragh Cup. Wisconsin leads Wicklow Brave, Forgotten Rules and Belgravia, Elidor, Rekindling and Stellar Mass as they straighten up for the judge. Wisconsin still in the lead from Wicklow Brave in 2nd. A break then to Belgravia, Forgotten Rules. Elidor is next, and then Stellar Mass as they race on now. Furlong and a half to go, and Wicklow Brave comes there on the near side to head Wisconsin. A break of a few lengths then to Elidor, and Stellar Mass trying to make ground from the back. Wicklow Brave is the leader now inside the last 200, followed by Belgravia. Rekindling putting in a storming late bid now and closing as they go up towards the finish. Rekindling with a storming run is going to get up and catch Wicklow Brave. Rekindling and Wayne Lorton for Joseph O'Brien beat Wicklow Brave. Elidor, Stellar Mass next.